Have you ever noticed how the fastest runners in the world train? Why do champions spend most of their training time running slow, very slow? What if I told you that slow, almost boring pace actually hides the secret to flying faster in races? Have you ever wondered why, after months of hard training, you're still not improving, or worse, always getting injured? Today you're going to discover a truth no one has told you. A truth that could change the way you run forever. And be careful, because everything you thought you knew about training hard is about to be flipped upside down. Are you ready to discover the trick elite runners use that almost no one else does? We're going to bust a myth. And trust me, you won't want to miss a single second. You've probably thought more than once that, to run faster, you always have to train at full effort, pushing hard, finishing every session completely exhausted and gasping for air. We've been told over and over, if you want to improve, you have to suffer, you have to push harder every day. The faster, the better. You go to the park and see others running fast. You scroll through social media full of extreme workouts, impossible challenges, people sweating like they're running an Olympic final. The result? An army of amateur runners who train too fast, too hard, every week, ending up frustrated because they're not improving, or worse, getting injured. This is the big mistake. The myth we've been sold. We think running slow is just for beginners, for people who don't want to put in the effort, for those who aren't good enough. But what if I told you that champions, the ones breaking records, spend most of their time training at easy paces, much easier than you'd ever imagine? What if the secret isn't training harder, but training smarter? Today you'll discover why this myth is holding you back, and how to break it forever. Most people think there are only two ways to run, fast or slow. But the truth is, our bodies operate at multiple internal speeds, and each one works differently. Zone 2 is that magical point where your body runs at a comfortable pace. You can talk while running and feel like you could go on like that for ages. You're not strolling, but you're not pushing either. It's a pace where your heart beats fast, but not out of control. So what's happening inside? At this pace, your body mainly uses fat for fuel instead of relying heavily on muscle sugar. That means you don't get tired as quickly, you don't build up lactic acid, and you can train longer without feeling wrecked. It's like giving your body a superpower: run more kilometers, recover better, and avoid injuries. The fastest runners in the world spend most of their training in this zone, because they know that's where real transformation happens. It's not magic, it's science. Training in this zone is like building the foundation of a house. The stronger and wider it is, the higher you can build later. And the best part is, anyone can do it. No matter your level, you just need to learn how to find that easy pace and start truly using it. Now here's the good part. Why is everyone suddenly talking about training in this comfortable zone? What's the hidden trick the champions are taking advantage of? First, because training this way massively improves true endurance, the kind that lets you finish a race with energy to sprint while everyone else is crashing. When you train in Zone 2, your body learns to use energy more efficiently. You start to burn fat as your main fuel, and that means you can run way longer without hitting the dreaded wall. Think of it like switching from a car that burns fuel fast to a hybrid that just keeps going and going. But there's more. This kind of training improves your body's ability to transport and use oxygen. Your muscles become more efficient and don't get saturated as quickly, so you can hold a comfortable pace for hours. And when race day comes, you suddenly feel faster without feeling like you're dying. That's exactly what champions are looking for. Not just to be fast one day, but to be unstoppable the entire season. Another secret: training slow massively reduces your injury risk. Forget overuse injuries, knee pain, chronic fatigue, or those forced breaks from pushing too hard all the time. Zone 2 protects your muscles, tendons, and joints. That means you can train more days per week, run more kilometers, and improve, without always fearing the next injury. And here's the benefit no one talks about. Zone 2 training makes running more enjoyable. You don't finish every workout dead tired or dreading the next run. Your brain starts associating running with positive feelings, and that makes it way easier to stay consistent. Suddenly, you find yourself looking forward to your next run. And consistency, in the end, is the key to true improvement. As if that weren't enough, some amateur runners have tried an experiment. They stopped training hard all the time and started doing most of their runs in Zone 2 for a few weeks. The result? They improved their pace, beat their personal bests, and felt less tired doing it. Stories like these are popping up everywhere, but almost no one dares to try it because the harder, faster myth is still alive and well. So now you know, training in Zone 2 isn't just the elite's secret weapon. It's the biggest shortcut to breaking your limits without breaking your body. And the best part? Anyone can start today. Here's the big mistake, one most amateur runners make. And yes, chances are, you've done it too, maybe without even realizing. The mistake is simple. Most people always train too fast. Every time they go for a run, they want to beat their personal best, finishing the session gasping for air, like every workout was a race. Why does this happen? Because we've been told, if it doesn't hurt, it's worthless. That improvement comes from suffering more than anyone else. We see others on social media posting fast paces, extreme workouts, and we think, if we're not pushing to the limit, we're falling behind. But the truth is the exact opposite. Training hard all the time is a trap. What happens? Your body doesn't get time to recover, and that's where the problems begin. Fatigue builds up, performance stagnates, pain and injuries appear, and worst of all, you slowly lose the motivation to keep running. And here comes the dramatic part. Many runners spend months, even years, training hard, and they're still stuck in the same place, seeing no progress. Some burn out so badly they quit running altogether, thinking, maybe this just isn't for me. Others get injured over and over again, trapped in a cycle of pain, rest, comeback, relapse. This mistake is so widespread it feels impossible to escape. But the truth is, there's a solution. The first step is daring to break the cycle and try something different, even if it sounds counterintuitive. Train slower most of the time. Don't be fooled by what you see online or by the pressure to prove anything to anyone. The fastest runners on the planet don't train at full gas all the time, and neither should you. Real progress comes when you dare to listen to your body, give it the rest it needs, and trust the process. Breaking this myth is the first major step to real improvement. So, are you ready to change how you train? Now that you know why training in the easy zone is the champion's secret, how can you start applying it tomorrow? First, you need to identify that pace. No fancy watches or complicated formulas. Run at a pace where you can talk out loud without gasping. If you're running with someone, try holding a conversation. If you're alone, try speaking full sentences. If you can do that, you're in the right spot. If you can't talk, you're going too fast. If you can sing, you're going too slow. It's that simple. Another clue? How you feel. Zone 2 feels like you could keep running for a long time without ending up destroyed. You're not gasping. Your legs aren't turning to stone. When you finish, you should feel energized for the rest of your day. How often should you train like this? Most champions spend most of the week in this easy zone. For example, if you run 4 days a week, 3 should be easy runs, and only 1 should be faster or with intervals. If you're a beginner, even all your runs can be slow for a while. And that's totally fine. In fact, it's the foundation you need to grow. Worried you'll get bored running slower? Use those days to listen to your favorite music, catch up on podcasts, explore new routes, or run with friends. The goal is to enjoy it, to make it your time to relax and disconnect. Many runners say that once they start training this way, running becomes their favorite part of the day. And here's an extra tip: be patient. At first, it might feel like you're not improving, or even getting slower. But after a few weeks, you'll notice you can hold that easy pace at faster speeds. You'll enjoy running more, recover better, and when it's time to run fast or race, you'll have plenty of energy to give it your all. Start small, listen to your body, and don't be afraid to slow down. Remember, this isn't going backwards. It's building a foundation so strong that nothing can stop you. Are you ready to try it? Your best version might be closer than you think. Now you know. You can keep training like you've always done, running hard, fighting fatigue, struggling for every small improvement. Or you can dare to do something different. Try the method champions use and see how far you can really go. But a word of warning. Training in the easy zone isn't for those chasing quick, easy results. It's for those who truly want to break their limits and enjoy the journey. Try it for 3 weeks. Train most of your days at an easy pace and let me know in the comments how it goes. Can you break the myth and discover your best self? There's only one way to find out. Dare to try and join those who are already changing the way they train. If you want to take your training to the next level and combine easy running with high-quality sessions, don't miss the next video right here. And if you want to avoid the most common mistakes that hold back your progress, check out this one. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any tricks that could transform your running. See you in the next workout.